Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, then welcome. Tanchiki bao mizami. I am Abigail, or Abby. Abigail Dishinikashun. Usually I talk about autism stuff, but today I am starting my new series about theater stuff. My original thought was that I'd call this Theater Talks, but one of my best friends recommended The Truth About Theater, which I think sounds really cool and dramatic, so I think I'm gonna go with that. And yeah, a slightly different setup today. Laptop and phone are both hanging out on my bed, so my hands are free, and the script is closer to the camera, so maybe improved eye contact? We're trying here. Plus, now you can see the overabundance of music on my music stand, complete with proof that my tastes range from Lord of the Rings to Taylor Swift. No, it is not Taylor's version. Why is it not Taylor's version? Well, I've had it since before Taylor's version was a thing, and music books are expensive. But anyway, who am I and what are my qualifications for talking about theater? Well, I am a lifelong theater fan, raised by a high school drama teacher, and I got a bachelor's degree in dramatic arts with honors. Plus, I am autistic, and theater is one of my special interests. And critical analysis is another special interest, so I think I know quite a bit, and I'm fairly confident that I have the research skills to help me get the information needed to fill in any gaps in my memory or things I may have missed during my degree. The only concern that I have going into this is my ability to communicate this information, because I know that the way that I think and process information is not the same way other people do. My brain tends to jump around very quickly. I have tried to account for this by going over this script multiple times, but if there is anything unclear or that you think I missed or anything like that, just let me know and I will work on that. So anyway, that bit of background aside, I figured that a good place to start would be addressing the idea that theater is just entertainment and shouldn't have anything to do with politics. This is incorrect. Theater has always been political. It has always dealt with social issues. These two things are and always have been connected. Every time a playwright sits down to write, they have some sort of point that they're trying to make that is related to politics and social issues, and they will make it in one way or another. It just may not always be immediately clear. Art, including theater, will reflect on reality intentionally or not, and can help to influence it, just like our reality will influence art. It's culture, and culture is a part of politics, and there are all kinds of examples of how these are intertwined going back centuries, so let's get into it. In Antigone, a Greek tragedy written by Sophocles that I would love to go into more detail about at some point, there's a lot going on with the laws of man being in conflict with the laws of the gods, and loyalty to family being in conflict with loyalty to the state. Creon has Antigone killed when she defies him to give her brother proper burial rites, and then Creon loses his wife and son as a result of his actions and refusal to show mercy or compassion. Regardless of what an individual person may see as just, the laws of the gods must be upheld, and denying proper burial rites is too extreme of a punishment. Creon can try all he wants to change the laws, but in the end, he is just a man. Richard III, written by Shakespeare, was a case of history being written by the victor, with Richard III forever being cast as the villain king who murdered his nephews to usurp the throne, while the man who became King Henry VII and reunited England, ending the Wars of the Roses, went on to found the Tudor dynasty. Shakespeare wrote this during the reign of Elizabeth I. She was the granddaughter of Henry VII. So that was very political, and is a really good example of theater being used specifically as political propaganda, painting the Tudors positively and painting Richard III as a child murderer. In fairness, that probably is the best explanation for what happened to his nephews, but we don't know for sure, and this play helped to solidify how he has been seen by history. Next example is Bertolt Brecht. Literally everything that Bertolt Brecht wrote was clearly influenced by politics and social issues, from his plays to his theoretical work. He actually fled from Germany in 1933 after the Nazis rose to power, and he was also under FBI surveillance while in the States for Marxist ideology. So he's a really good example of the connection between theater and politics and social issues. And I don't know why I stumbled over Bertolt Brecht's name so much, because I literally took German as a minor. So I guess I'm just having an off day. There's also this thing called applied theater, where theater practices are used to directly work towards social change. Augusto Boal and his use of theater of the oppressed in Brazil is probably one of the best known examples, but applied theater as a whole covers everything from drama in education to prison theater, in addition to theater of the oppressed, and I can really go in depth on applied theater. This is a big book, and this is another book that is just about the drama and education part. So, applied theater will be discussed in depth at some point. Anyway, most of the time that I see people trying to insist that theater is just entertainment and there should be no politics, they're not talking about applied theater or Greek theater or Shakespearean stuff or anything like that. No, they're usually talking about the big budget contemporary musicals on Broadway, which, well, Les Miserables is literally about a man who spent 19 years in jail over a loaf of bread, and the second act is centered on a rebellion against the government. And then also the major policeman character, Javert, he literally kills himself when he realizes that the law is not black and white. So yeah, that's not political at all. Wicked is all about how people in power will twist the narrative to paint others as scapegoats for society's problems, and has a very heavy focus on racism in particular. We may not have talking animals or green people in real life, but once you connect the dots, it's impossible not to see it. Elphaba literally gets judged immediately on her skin color, and is the odd one out even before her magic powers are revealed. And the animals are quite literally being silenced. Throw in the wizard flat out stating that the best way to bring folks together is to give them a real good enemy, and his song Wonderful in Act 2. And it really just couldn't be more obvious what this show is about. And moving on from that, Dear Evan Hansen is about mental health. Waitress tackles abusive relationships. Hadestown is very heavy on the dangers of capitalism and how capitalist systems are just killing people. And Hamilton is very explicitly about American politics in particular. Tripping over my words again there, sorry. Yeah. I could go on and on, but that's probably more than enough examples at this point, and I didn't even get to Rent. But no, that's enough of those examples. Basically, politics have always been in theater to some degree, whether it's the creator addressing something that they're passionate about, like Shirley Chichu creating her one-woman show The Path with No Moccasins as part of her healing journey, or propaganda created by the state, like in Captain America when Steve Rogers is being paraded around with showgirls. Theater is an incredible way to share information and educate people on topics. It's an extremely engaging medium, combining physicality and storytelling, and in some cases music, like big budget Broadway musicals and heck, even opera, La Boheme, which Rent adapts La Boheme. So, yeah. There is so much that can be said through theater, and so many ways to say it, and because of that, it always has been, and always will be, political to some degree. Why else would Orange Julius Caesar do a hostile takeover of the Kennedy Center and shut down a bunch of their upcoming shows? He saw the potential to weaponize it, and he took that opportunity. Yeah. But sure, no. Sorry, that one still makes me angry, and I don't even live in the States. Anyway, that is about all that I have for today. I don't think you need me to just keep making the same point with different examples over and over again. The topic of politics and theater will inevitably come up again because they are just so connected, but I think that this is a good general overview for now, and I will go more in depth on specifics in future videos where the specifics are relevant to the texts being addressed, such as in An Enemy of the People by Henrik Ibsen or The Lesson by Eugene Ionesco. In the meantime, thank you for watching. I hope that you found this helpful, and if you enjoy what I do here, then be sure to like, subscribe, or leave a comment. Links to my books and Etsy shop are in the description as well if you want to give me a little extra support. Thanks again, merci pour ton temps, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!